Hello, people of Darwen. How do you say it here? Is it just Darwen or something? Darwen.
Darwen.
People of Darwen. Fuck the letter W anyway, it's a shit letter. It's done fuck all for me all my life. Once I was drowning in the canal. I was trying to swim and there was like a bag full of dying kittens next to me and the letter W was on the bank and I was like, help me out you cunt, and it was like, nah mate. And I'm like, fuck you, there's this shittest letter everywhere. So, never say Darwen. I've showed my outsider status by saying it. Darwen. So, thank you to Blanty. Can we have a round of applause for Blanty? What a good guitar player. And a lovely fella. Come on, that was well nice. I was really glad to see Blanty set. So this one's going out to anybody who's intending to get pregnant or is gonna be a parent or all like that. It's just a bit of advice in case you're thinking of it. It seems attractive, I know what you mean, blah blah blah, the cute babies, blah blah blah, but I'm just gonna lay this out there anyway. Sing back. Will you sing it as if you're in Led Zeppelin and your second tab of acid is kicking in and you're watching with Neil and I? It doesn't need to be that loud. The monitor doesn't either. So do as a sing back. I'll sing a line and sing me it back. Is there a TB epidemic over this side of the hill? Where's the lungs on you? Let's try that again. I hate babies! I hate babies! Fucking hate babies! Fucking hate babies! I hate babies! I hate babies! I'm fucking sick of babies! Fucking sick of babies! I hate babies! I hate babies! Fucking hate babies! Fucking hate babies! One of your mates came round to your house, sat next to your missus and got one of her tits out, started to suck on the end of her tits and pissed himself and shit himself and threw up down her back. You'd smash his fucking face in. You wouldn't let him round again. You wouldn't even let him in. You won't give him any more ketamine. But babies get away with it because they're cute. They're just thieving bastards in a wrong pursuit. They've stolen all my friends, no one goes out anymore, cause everyone's sitting round on the front room floor doing a jigsaw. What's the fucking point of jigsaws, you cruel bastards? Getting a picture of some lions or something, chopping it into little bits and making a baby put it back together. Rotten cunts, man. At least buy them an iPhone. And all my friends, the boring bastards, staying at home, raising children. I'm the only one in the park in the dark with a can of special brew, wishing there was still a good form of glue, but it's true. The government took the good shit out of Evo Stick, so now I'm on my own in the park like a prick. I've got no children, I'm not fit to breed. I fucking hate them, they're like a disease. I hate babies! I hate babies! Fucking hate babies! Fucking hate babies! I hate babies! I hate babies! Fucking sick of babies! Fucking sick of babies! Everybody loves them. They look like Winston Churchill. And And he's a murdering xenophobic cunt. He invented the black and tans, fucking dirty cunt. And everybody loves those little scraps of humanity, but not me. No way. Another mate had a baby the other day. I said, do you want to come and see the baby? I said, when the baby's 18 and it can skin up, then I'll show it the baseline to Peaches from the Stranglers. Then it can form a band. Until then, keep the little cunts away from me. You can't fucking talk to them. They don't talk sense. They scream the narcissistic. They think the world revolves around them. And they spend their lives lying on a bed, sucking on tits that are bigger than the Reds. Lucky bastards! Lucky bastards! Lucky bastards! Lucky bastards! I'm jealous of them! I'm jealous of their lifestyle. Nobody ever asks a baby what they've done to look for work in the last 2 weeks. Nobody ever says, have you got anything else in your pockets we should know about, Mr. Smith? To a baby. One law for them, one law for me, spawny little bastards. And babies can make as much noise as they want late at night, but not me. People bang on me wall, they bang on me floor, they bang on me door, they say, shut up you alcoholic, manic depressive, ADHD, Tourette's, benchod, madachod. And I shout back, fuck off, mum! And I've got to put this one out there. This is important, lads. It's so easy not to have a baby. I know 2 fail-safe methods. I'll show you them now. If you're just about to come, pull your cock out. Jizz on a tits, on a chips, on a dog, on a carpet, on a chocolate log. As long as it's nowhere near the cervix, you should be alright. Do it on a mum, do it on a Monopoly board. Doesn't fucking matter, you won't have to have a child. But if you're in there deep, balls fucking deep, you've had no sex for several fucking weeks, you're just about to come, it's gonna be too late. I'll give you advice how to prevent that state. Just think about Mrs. Thatcher. Nobody could come down. And if they could, they must be called Boris Johnson. Will you help me out with a chorus? Sing back. I hate babies! I hate babies! Fucking hate babies! I hate babies! I'm fucking sick of babies! Fucking sick of babies! I hate babies! I fucking hate babies! Fucking hate babies! I hate babies! Hate babies! Fucking sick of babies! Fucking sick of babies! And babies can't skin up. They can't skin up for shit. You give them the Rizzlers. They slaver on the Rizzlers. You give them the tobacco. They slaver on the tobacco. You give them a lighter and a piece of hashish, and they fall off the back of the motorbike altogether. They've got no balance. They can't skin up. And they've never got a lighter. Even bagheads have got a lighter. At least it'll be yours, but at least they've got a lighter. Does anyone else hate babies as much as I do? Yeah. Little narcissistic little bastards. Taking all the attention. Getting all the tits. I hate Pretzer. My friends all drive under Civics and Toyota Corollas. I'd like to do a ton 20 down Keighley bypass and tell the speed police to shove it up the bench or ass. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a nice warm up bath? I'll sit there in the water and listen to myself laugh as I wash my penis increasingly fast. Oh Lord, won't you run me a nice warm up bath? Oh Lord, won't you give me the ability to improvise? Do so quite quickly, Lord. In fact, now would be nice. If you could just give me the ability to improvise, I'd go back to mass and start listening back to your lies. Oh Lord, won't you get me a nice big bag of brown? I'll get some lovely tin foil, watch an episode of Countdown. I'll relax into joy, imagining Carol with her consonants down. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a nice big bag of brown? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a nice machine gun? I'd run around the country, I'd probably shoot me mum. I'm not very good at aiming, and my aim is not the best. I'm sorry if that verse made anyone depressed. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a can of special brew? And if you go into the office, might not get one for you. We can drink them together like we always used to do on Ward 4, if that was you, God. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a can of special brew? Thank you. Yay! School of thought among performers the world over, and who am I to say that they're wrong? The school of thought is generally, if you're going to have any magic mushrooms, have them after your set. You know what I said to them guys? I said, fucking hell, you look like dragons, you cunts. This next song could very easily offend anyone from Bingley, especially if they were in charge of Bingley swimming baths. So if the director of Bingley swimming baths in the early 70s is in the crowd, I'd just like to say, you fucking useless cunt. Your fucking swimming baths were shit. You're shit enough to make this song. Bang bang biddy bang, bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. Bang bang biddy bang, bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. Eep, ming ming biddy moing, mang mang biddy moing, biddy bang bang biddy bang bang biddy boing. Bang bang biddy bang bang biddy bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. The people of Bingley offended God, 'cause they got a shit swimming pool. The people of Bingley offended God, 'cause they got a shit swimming pool. It was only 25 metres long, the water was tepid and cool. The people of Bingley offended God, 'cause they've got a shit swimming pool. Bang bang biddy bang, bang biddy boing, bang biddy bang bang biddy boing. Heep, bing bing biddy boing, bang bang biddy boing, bang bang biddy bong bong biddy boing. Heep. So God sent a plague of Jack Russells to shag everybody's leg. So God sent a plague of Jack Russells to shag everyone in Bingley's leg. Bang bang biddy bang, bang bang biddy bong bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. Heep, ming ming biddy boing, bang bang biddy bang biddy bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. Everyone in Bingley was most upset at the thought of the back of their legs getting wet with the jizz of Jack Russells, vicious with big muscles. Bang bang biddy bang, bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. Ming ming biddy bong biddy ming ming biddy boing, biddy bong biddy bang bang biddy boing. So the people of Bingley said, God, how can we get out of this? How can we stop Jack Russells from shagging our legs? How can we stop a Jack Russell from shagging our legs? But there's only one way you can stop a Jack Russell from shagging your leg. There's only one way you can stop a Jack Russell from shagging your leg. Do you know what it is, Darren? You don't know? There's only one way you can stop a Jack Russell from shagging your leg. Pick it up and suck it off, pick it up and suck it off, pick it up and suck it off. Pick it up and suck it off, pick it up and suck it off, pick it up and suck it off. Sorry. People of Bingley had better get used to taste of Jack Russell jizz. People of Bingley had better get used, that's just the fucking way it is. Don't offend God with your shit swimming pool. Don't offend people from Cottingley. Don't be a cunt in the 70s or you'll end up drinking Jack Russell jizz. Bang bang biddy bang, bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong bong, biddy bang bang biddy boing. Beep, bang bang biddy bong bong, biddy bang bang biddy boing, biddy bong bong, biddy bang bang biddy boing. Mang mang biddy bong, mang mang biddy boing, biddy bong bong, biddy bang bang, 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 biddy boing. Turn the guitar up. Can I turn it up? Is that alright?
Yeah!
Are you sure now? I don't want to go too far, like. This song is going out to anybody who grew up before mobile phones and before drugs had more initials than dissident Republican movements. All my life I've been sniffing solvent fumes and now I'm tripping you. I'm in love with glue. It's my favourite drug to do. If you want to get off your tits, first find a crisp bag without any crisps and fill it up with glue. That's what you want to do. Cheap and nasty, get it from the corner shop too. Don't talk to me about MDMA. I heard a load of that stuff just the other day. I spent the rest of my night touching everybody's face. I'm going, oh, I love you, man. What's your name again? Has anyone got any water? Does anyone know a taxi number? Glue. Glue. Better off for glue. Don't talk to me about amphetamines. When I took speed and I went for a piss and I pulled down my zip and I looked in my jeans. Glue. Glue. Better off for glue. Don't talk to me about cocaine. People on cocaine, they do my fucking brain. Telling me how hard they are, how cool they are, how many birds they've shagged, how many fights they've won, how many gangsters they know, and I'm like that. Will you fuck off, Auntie Lillian? Glue. Glue. Better off for glue. Don't talk to me about smoking rocks. When I smoked rocks, I spent my entire time at the curtains like this. Going, see that ice cream van down there? It's fucking CID, that is. Glue. Glue. Better off for glue. Don't talk to me about heroin. When you get on that, you end up really fucking thin. You spend your time in the bus station saying, excuse me, love, you couldn't sort us out, could you? What it is, right, I just need to get to Doncaster. It's my wife, she's having a baby. And if you could just give us £1.42, I could get to Doncaster. And what it is, right, I've been thrown out of a bail hostel for stabbing a nonce. And it was about your size. Fuck off, glue! Glue. Better off for glue. Don't talk to me about legal highs. What the actual fuck is spice? Piccadilly Gardens, what's gone wrong? It's like the fucking end of 28 Days Later. Without that guy with the scar on it. Glue. 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 Don't talk to me about Salvia divinorum. It's another legal high, I usually ignore them. I went to my mates the other night, they said, Christopher, have you ever tried Salvia divinorum? I said, no I haven't. What do you do? They said, chong it down, chong it in a pipe. Chonged it down, it tasted like shitweed. I was just about to say, it tasted like shitweed, and then everything went like this.
Like a guitar.
It was like that for about 10 minutes, Glue. Better off, Glue. You know what you've had with Glue? My mum used to say to me, you smell a lot like petrol recently. Why do you smell so strongly of solvents? And I just said, Glue. Better off, Glue. It's not quite as smelly as petrol. Are you talking about LSD? Me, my mate Tony and Chris, we had LSD. We were in Glasgow in about 1987. We had fucking California runs, rising sunshines. We were off his face. Tony was Australian. He said we could go to Australia. We fucking believed him. We stood in a queue with him to buy the tickets to Sydney, Australia. And when he got to the front of the queue, Tony says to the woman, could I get 3 tickets to Sydney, Australia? And the woman says, I'm sorry, son. This is the Royal Bank of Scotland. Glue. Should have stuck to Glue. When I was a child, things were simple. You got some solvents, then you felt weird. You hung around, then you got probably arrested, but you didn't know what were going on, and it were all pretty good, really. Glue. Better off for Glue. Don't talk to me about magic mushrooms. Just don't. If you see me, just actually, if you do want to talk about it, fair enough, we'll probably get involved. Glue. Glue. Better off with Glue. Who? Thank you. Yay. No cats were actually harmed. Toast, and it falls to the ground, it will always land butter side down. If you have a domestic cat and it falls to the street, it will always land upon its feet. Which makes me wonder what would happen if a gaffer takes a bit of butter toast onto the back of a cat and threw it out of a tower block. How would it know how to land? How would it know how to land? The cat would try to land upon its feet, but the buttery toast upon its back would desperately try to land upon its buttery side. Fuck, that was hard to say. How would it know how to land? How would it know how to land? The cat would try to land upon its feet, but the buttery toast upon its back would be compelled to land upon its buttery side. So maybe they would spin forever. Maybe they would spin forever. Approximately 18 inches above the ground. That's where they would be found. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. It wouldn't work with Labradors, fat bastards. They'd eat each other's toast. They'd lick each other's balls. But you could use the chappiest cats, you could use the cheapest cats, the scabbiest cats, the kind of cats that have eaten dead old ladies in blocks of flats. And you could use the cheapest bread, you could use happy shopper bread, little bread, stale bread, mouldy bread. It doesn't fucking matter, you're not gonna heat it, you're just gonna toast it and butter it, gaffer tape it to the back of a car, throw it out of a window. But it wouldn't work with margarine. Do you know why? This is going to be the next sing-along, so you're going to have to pay attention. It wouldn't work with margarine. Do you know why? Because margarine is the devil's spunk. Can we have a joint sing-along of margarine is the devil's spunk? Come on now. It's Halloween near Pendle. Let's do it. Hopefully the devil will turn up and give me that 20 quid back that he owes me. For that taxi. Manningham. Are you ready? A margarine is the devil's spunk. Thank you. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. If you had enough cats with toast on their backs from our blocks of flats, you could create a feline turbine. A feline turbine. If you had enough cats with toast on their backs from our blocks of flats, you could create a feline turbine. Feline turbine. If you had enough cats with toast on their backs thrown out of blocks of flats, you could power a community the size of Clit Hero. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their backs. Anti-gravity cats, cats with toast on their. I mean, fair fucks, he's warning us, he's telling us good shit, but have you noticed every fucking episode of David Attenborough, he finds an ingenious way to watch some other species have sex. Doesn't he? But then he tells you it's because he's telling you about the breeding habits and that. Sorry mate, if I'm at a party and there's a room with loads of coats on the bed and someone's like bang at it, and I walk in and I just leave them. I'm back out of there, but David Attenborough sees a couple of fucking blind mole rats. Straight on it. Building special tunnels with glass sides so we can film them. That's it. So this next song's called David Attenborough is an Animal Voyeur. It's got a very simple chorus. It goes, David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. Get involved, help me out now. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. You're not singing. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. You'll have to sing. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. He's a petrosexual. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. He's a petrosexual. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. He's a petrosexual. He's always out in his car, driving around probably in South America, looking for some species who he hasn't filmed yet having sex. And then he sees maybe some marmosets. He gives them a big bag of pills, a ghetto blaster with Barry White. He gives them shoulder rubs. He feeds them with the best dance drugs, in the hope they're gonna get it on. But you know he's wrong, cause he just wants to film them at it. He's He's a fucking dirty bastard. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. He's a petrosexual. There's a lot of reluctance to join in this sing-along. Come on. I'll do the hard bit. I'll do David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. But will you shout back? He's a petrosexual. Come on. This time. You shout it back. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur.
He's a petrosexual.
David Attenborough's an animal voyeur.
He's a petrosexual.
David Attenborough's an animal voyeur.
He's a petrosexual.
Yes, that's more like it. You know it's time we talk this over. David Attenborough's taken things too far. Every time he sees some naked mole rat with a hard on, he gets his camera crew out of the car. He's always just out of shot, with his hands down the front of his pants, describing the beading habits of everything from cormorants to ants. He likes watching animals fuck, then he films it. If I did that, I'd be back in some kind of unit. But he's a BBC man. He pretends he cares about the planet, but he spends more money on jet travel than Janet fucking Jackson. He's killed more species than anybody else because he films them having sex and he blackmails them. He says, "Hello, naked mole rats. You were starving in the Kalahari Desert, having to live underground. And when you had your most intimate moment, I was there filming it." David Attenborough. He works for the BBC. You know he's a fucking perv. You know he's a wrong un. How long will we put up with these lies? I want to save the dolphins, only to watch them fuck. I want to save the marmosets, only to film them having sex. He's a dirty bastard. Help me out with this one last chorus. David Attenborough's an animal voyeur. 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 He's a petrosexual. It's a flesh-eating bug, it's resistant to drugs, and it's eaten my left leg away. Young man, when you came on this world, I said, young man, you thought you'd get cured, but now, young man, we're chopping your leg off, cause no one cleans the fucking toilets anymore. And that is why we've got MRSA. That is why we got MRSA. It's a flesh-eating bug, it's resistant to drugs, and it's eaten my left leg away. Young man, all the money you get took in your tax bill gets spent by corrupt politicians on finding new ways to blow the hands off brown-skinned children in deserty countries so Americans can have cheaper fucking petrol. And that is why we've got MRSA. That is why we've got MRSA. Cause the government's corrupt and they're spending our money on weapons instead of towels. Alright, this next song is, my mum said to me, don't mix the works of Wilson Pickett, Inikamose and C.S. Lewis. And I was like, why not, Mum? It'll work. Anyway, she's still in the boot of the car, so I feel like I'm going to try it anyway. It involves a sing-along, so you'll have to join in here if you can feel it. Here we go. Na 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 na. We need to do it together. All right. Na 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 na. Then you leave a gap. Na 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 na. Children's book, basically about Jesus in the form of a lion. Na 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 na. Patronising middle class shite about a Christian lion. Here comes Mr. Tumnus. Narnia is a mythical creature. He's a fictional character. He's got hairy legs. Naughty Mr. Tumnus. What's he doing in my wardrobe? He's always borrowing me tin foil. What's going on there? Said na 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 na. So I said to Mr. Tumnus, Narnia, what you doing in my wardrobe? Narnia, why you borrowing me tin foil? Narnia, what you doing in there? Narnia. He said this sort of business. Narnia. In fact, I ruined the joke already. Because in fact the punchline was, it's none of your business. Still a guy with a guitar and you think, I'm doing alright to get away with it so far, but you know, should I carry on? You don't seem that enthusiastic, to be fair. What's that, the penguins next door are on fire? Is there a bonfire? Where? It's not bonfire night yet, is it?
No. It's still. It's Halloween.
I'm completely against product placement or advertising of any kind.
If we can.
Oh, it's so cold. Dedicating this next song to Mr. Alex Gambero of Boltonshire, as he's had more fucking anarcho-punk bands stopping his house than I've had at dinners. And this is called I'm in an Anarchist Squat Punk Band. It's a catchy one, it's big in Belgium. Squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, drive around in a knackered old van, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, drive around in a knackered old van. We always have a ska bit in our songs. We always have a ska bit in our songs. It's bit when drummers arrest, if we don't let him he gets depressed. Oh, we always have a ska bit in our songs. I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, I'm in an anarchist squat punk band, drive around in a knackered old van. Our carbon footprint is bigger than NASA, but we are always wishing our van would go faster. We went to liberate the beagles from the laboratory. Set the beagles free. We went to liberate the beagles from the laboratory. Set the beagles free. We took 'em home in the back of our van, 56 beagles to a squat in Nottingham. But there was one thing we hadn't realised: the beagles had been smoking cigarettes all of their lives. The beagles had been smoking cigarettes all of their lives. And the beagles needed wriggles. The beagles needed wriggles. The beagles needed wriggles. The beagles needed wriggles. They sounded a bit like Smeagol's. The beagles needed wriggles. The beagles needed wriggles and we just didn't know. All we had at home was shitty herbal rolling tobacco. Oh no, oh oh. And they bit us on our bollocks and they bit us on our knees, bit us on our elbows and they gave us a disease that came from laboratories, a disease that came from laboratories, a disease that came from laboratories. I'm in Anarchy Squat Pump Band, I'm in Anarchy Squat Pump Band, I'm in Anarchy Squat Pump Band. I'll never release any beagles again. But that Christmassy memory has made me think of how important family is, especially your nana. This is going out to all my dead nanas, because I couldn't do any of these songs until my nanas had died for reasons which will become clear quite soon. Did not skank me onto Lillian, she's winning $1 million. I could never dream of skanking out of Lillian. I skanked me nana, but I did not skank me auntie Lillian. She's a nice old lady, used to drive a 5-engine during the war, me nana. She gave us 30 quid. Said, why don't you fuck off up to Thorpe Edge and get a quarter of Pakistani black arcade, get some squidgy black and come straight back. I need it for my arthritis and that. I said, Nana, why do I have to score for you? She said, dickhead, look at me pinafore, I'm 82. So I had to go and get me Nana some squidgy black. And I promised me Nana I was gonna come straight back. I promised me Nana I was gonna come straight back. But I skanked me Nana. Didn't mean to, it was just one of them things. I skanked me Nana. Didn't mean to, it was just one of them things. I came out of the flats with a quarter of squidgy black, fully intending to go straight back with a quarter of squidgy black. But across the road there was a Toyota Corolla, blacked out windows, gold alloys on its wheels, a Kenwood sticker in the back, electric windows. One of the windows wound it down, it wound itself down, and a voice came from inside. It was a voice that I recognised. It was a woman called Betty Turpentine. She said, Chris, have you got any drawer? I said, no. She says, yes, you have, you fat bastard. You've always got drawer, even when you were on Ward 4. She said, get in the fucking car. I got in the car. It was such a full Toyota Corolla. It weren't just Betty, there was Blanty, there were Timmy, there was Ifty, there were Taz. Fuck me. It was a full car, man. There were so many people in there. Oh, Sheen was in there, Charles was in there, Andrew was in there, Peter and Paul were in there, Mohammed was in there, Iftikhar was in there, Sahel was in there, even our Shazia at the back doing her hair. I said, alright Shazia, sorry I missed your birthday. And I had to roll a spliff to take the edge off living in Bradford. And as you might imagine, that took quite a lot of hashish. And and I passed round a spliff that was to take the edge off living in Bradford. So I had to roll another one to take the edge off living in Leeds. And I had to roll another one to take the edge off the special needs. And I had to roll another one to take the edge off West Yorkshire Police. And I rolled another one to take the edge off my short-term memory loss. I rolled another one to take the edge off my short-term memory loss. I rolled a split to take the edge off my short-term memory loss. And then I realised our Dean was driving and he was on a tag. And I thought he'll have to get home early. So I said, Dean, can you give us a lift to Ravenscliffe to take me nana a spliff? And he said, no fucking way, they'd walk your socks down there. So I had to walk back to me nana's. When I got back down to Roundwood Glen, there were 3 crows on the rooftop, and they went, ah! Like that. And I came in through the back door and I saw me nana. She was dancing and sweating off her tits. A pinny was on back to front and she was listening to the Prodigy. Fat of the Land turned up full blast. I said, Nana, did you find some tablets under my bed? With pigeons on the front. And this is what my Nana said. And this is what my Nana said. She said, shit, my nana's had me pills. It's like the beginning of an episode of Casualty. She's 82. How many Gurners has she had? But she hadn't forgotten about the hashish. And she went into the kitchen and fetched out the digital scales, accurate to a millionth of a gram. It wasn't a 2p on a ruler. It wasn't fucking pan scales from an 80s head shop with purple velvet in the shitty wooden box with a bit of blue tack under one underneath of the pans. It was digital scales accurate to a millionth of a gram. Accurate to a millionth of a gram. And me nana laid the cannabis resin on the scales. And a quarter it should weigh 7 grams, or at my age 7.2. Showing my age there. And she put the cannabis resin on the scales. And as I thought, it was less than 7 grams, but it was a lot less than 7 grams. It was 1.33333333333333 recurring grams. Less than an eighth, less than a teenth, less than a 32nd, less than a 64th, less than a 128th, less than a 256th, less than a 512th, less than a 1024th. But you know what? Fractions speak louder than words. And me nana said, I'm gonna have to ring your dad. And my dad came straight round in a grey Jaguar, crumple-ended Jaguar he'd recently found. He got out of the car. He was carrying a baseball bat. He made me lay my hands on the kitchen table flat. He said, that's what you get for thieving off your family. I said, what? He laid my hands flat on the table and he stood behind me. He said, that's what you get for thieving off your family. I said, what? And he batted the back of each hand with a baseball bat. Batted the back of each hand with a baseball bat. Till my knuckles were squashed on flat with a fucking baseball bat. I had to walk all the way to Bradford Royal Infirmary. And when I got there was a queue in front of me, 116 police officers with injuries to their shins, caused by roofing tiles thrown underneath their shields. That's the tip, Lancashire. got to the nurse, she said, "What happened to you then?" I said, "I walked into a door." She said, "No one walks into a door at 200 miles an hour with their hands at that angle. You've skanked your fucking nana." And this is the last bit of the last song, so join with me now. The nurse said, "Don't skank your nana. If you're getting any drugs for the elderly, make sure you come straight back, whether it's to Mazepam or crack." The nurse said, "Don't skank your nana, nana, na 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 na." Because after all, it was your nana. It was your nana who used to give you Action Man bubble bath, even though you were on a secure unit and you were 26 years old. So don't skank your nana.